New Orleans.
Oh, Mama Mia, look at the alligator. It's a bit of my bidet. Throw him some beads. Get him out of here. Well, welcome back to another fun-filled episode of the Park Hopper Show with Paul and Jenna. And today we are talking, but
Not
mostly
the Holiday
hotels, no motels, and really, if you want the Disney experience, not the Holiday Inn. So, Jenna, tell us about some hotels at the Walt Disney World Resort in Florida and other places.
Well, let me start with saying, can you stay at a Holiday Inn? Sure.
Oh, I was like, I can.
I
have.
I'm such a huge
Jerk.
supporter, advocate
Listen, I will
of
speak
staying
for her.
on property.
Listen, you want to go to Disney World to get the magic.
Yes.
And a Holiday Inn, while you get a nice, you'll get some like Fiesta eggs or
Free
make your own
apple.
waffle. They throw you a green banana. You know, you're not really getting on the way to the park. That's not really. If you want to save some money, it's a way to go. But if you want the full experience, and this is again, we've talked about this, the cheapest man in America, you want to stay on resort somewhere. They do have hotels for pretty much any price point. So, and I don't, it's weird because I see the prices for like, we'll talk about them later, but the value level resorts. And I'm like, I have paid this much to stay at a not great hotel in other parts of the country
Yes.
for work or something like that. I try to find something. I travel a bit for work, and my theory is I try to find the least expensive hotel I don't feel I'm going to get stabbed at while I'm in sleeping. And sometimes,
Good standard to have.
Sometimes, depending on where you are, or I'm talking to you, Chicago, different places. I mean, just a standard Holiday Inn Express can be $300 a night.
Wow.
It's insane. So, if you think you don't have the money for, you know, a hotel at Disney World, they have some that are way lower than that to stay in all the magic. So,
Yes, Paul, I agree.
she agrees.
You have a lot of fun with that. When you're going to Disney World, you do want to stay on property. Now, if you have Aunt Susie's timeshare and it's going to be free, sure.
Take a hike, Aunt Susie.
Or if you have, 8 million Marriott points and it's going to be free, fine. But when you compare,
Leave property to go to your hotel,
Yeah,
have some
I
White
mean-
Castles, get sick to your stomach, it's fine.
it's just, okay. So, and like you said, Disney, they do have all price ranges. So they have 3 levels of resorts.
Now, what are they?
I thought you were going to push a button. They have value resorts, moderate resorts, and deluxe resorts. You
Now-
got to see the hands on that.
Yeah.
So, and that obviously we're talking about price, we're talking about amenities, we're talking about the size of the room, the size of the bed, comfort, all of those things factor in what makes a value resort, what makes a moderate resort, and what makes a deluxe resort. Do you notice what word I'm using?
Resort.
Resort. These are not hotels, okay? This is not your Drury Inn or Motel 6. This is all of them.
I'll turn it down.
Turn it down. So these are, even Disney's least expensive hotels are not hotels. They are resorts. Okay. All of the resorts on property will have pools. Okay. They'll all have some quick service dining options.
Gift shop.
They will all have gift shops.
$4
and-
Pepsi.
Yeah, you can get that.
Wherever.
And they all have different themes. So another thing that differentiates the resorts is location. Now, I will say it used to be the deluxe resorts are the closest to the parks until the Skyliner came.
Oh, that's Skyliner.
Skyliner changed everything. So if you don't know, there is like a gondola system created now for transportation from Epcot and Hollywood Studios. It will take you to 2 value resorts, a moderate resort, and a deluxe resort. Yes.
I'm raising my hand for those. Have you ridden on that?
Yes.
How was that?
It was fun. It was really
you get
smooth.
Nervous about rides, but you're going to get on that Skyliner?
It's closed in.
No, what if it fell from the sky?
It's not.
I mean, that's
but it does go over the highway.
I remember
that was a little nerve-wracking.
In the documentary, they were all like checking their tickets on the Hindenburg, and they were like, "It's fine, it's okay," and then it's on fire. So it's terrifying to me.
It does go over the highway, so that's a little weird.
I don't even want to be on the highway if that's going on.
You're right.
Now I like all the things like that, but there's something about that.
When I first saw them being created, I thought, I'm not doing that. Because I thought it was going to be like a Ferris wheel where it's open and rocky. I don't like Ferris wheels.
Roller coaster all day, but Ferris wheel,
But they're closed in. It's real smooth. It's not like blowing in the wind. It's a really smooth ride.
I feel like King Kong's going to come in and just grab it and rip it down.
But all that to say is it really opened up some resort options for people. So, because you have that convenient way of getting to Epcot and Hollywood Studios.
Have you ever made out with Austin in
My
Skyliner?
gosh. Oh, here we go.
No, I'm not. I'm not gonna do it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's what you were gonna say. I was gonna say gross.
So, okay, value resorts. You've got the All Stars ones, and you have Pop Century and Art of Animation. Yes, Paul?
Oh, nothing?
Thought you had a question. Okay. So Pop Century and Art of Animation are on the Skyliner now. Art of Animation is a great value resort. Their standard rooms are kind of small, but then they have suites that...
Like some chocolate when you show up?
S-U-I-T-E-S.
Okay.
So the suites...
Nice job.
Thank you. It took me a second.
For cue.
The suites have 2 bathrooms, which is a big plus. And then they have 3 beds. One of the beds and bathroom is kind of separated from the others. So a great idea if you have grandma coming or you have, more than 2 kids you need some space for. Although those rooms are more expensive than staying in a moderate resort. So you get a bigger room. The suite at a value resort, Art of Animation, is actually more than a standard room at a moderate. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So you have a bigger room, more space, extra bathroom, but you are at a value resort. Now, it's a nice resort. What takes you up to a moderate resort is a full service dining. Value resorts don't have full service dining.
Okay.
No sit down restaurants, no bar lounge area, things like that. So the moderates will have that. Also, the value resorts tend to be very spread out. So it might take you longer to get to the lobby, to the food, to the pool, those kinds of things.
More time in the magic.
Moderate resorts are going to be a little tighter, easier to get to the lobby and the food and the pool, transportation, things like that. Actually, right now there are only 2 moderate resorts open. Our favorite's not open, has not been open since COVID.
What's our favorite?
Port Orleans.
Oh, that's my wife's favorite.
I love Port Orleans, and they have been closed since COVID, and there is no word on them opening yet. So I don't know if they are changing things there. I don't know what's going on, but it's a very pretty resort. Why are you laughing?
I'm not going to share it. Okay. So now we're going to get to the deluxe ones, but I'm going to say something controversial. I feel like we've talked about it before. I am a value level ride or die with value hotels, and that it does not sit well with my family. But I love the value resort. There's something about Because for me, when I go to Disney, like Jenna likes, she has a tip pool day she shared before. We're scheduling a pool day, so you're not just go, go, go. But when I get there, I like to go, go, go. So the hotel is to sleep, and it's fun while you're there. You're like, oh, this is cute. This is nice. But then, like we talked about in the food episode, you like to get down there in the little cafeteria and smell like syrup and sunscreen and get on the bus and get to the parks. And that's what I'm there for. Like, that's my Disney experience. I know it's not a lot of people's dream, but that's what I enjoy. And they have a nice pool. And they have like pool games, and they have just big tacky theming, and it's a lot of fun. But it's not nice.
Oh, they're nice.
It's nice, but it's not like people go, ooh, a value hotel. But I'm like, it's a pretty.
They're pretty good. Yeah, they're very nice.
And there's something about the lobby of those hotels. It's just, to me, it's that like, and it's probably just me, the age I am and like the memories I have growing up, but like just the tacky lobby. You just go in and you're like, it's loud, and you're at Disney World. You're not at home. You're not in school. It's summer. It's whatever, fall break, spring break, and you're not at home. You're in this. I remember going to the sports one when I was in middle school, and I was like, that was like the height of my sports like fandom. So like we watched. My parents were real great looking back, because we sat down in the restaurant and watched the NHL playoffs with the Stanley Cup, and I was like, I can't even imagine watching a hockey game now. But like I remember those. We were at the sports hotel watching that, and I was like, I couldn't have been more excited to be that age and just be like, I'm at Disney World and I'm watching, the Stanley Cup playoffs, and I'm at the sports hotel, and this is just so exciting. And looking back, it's like, well, it doesn't seem, it's nothing I'd want to do now, but like just those thoughts of that hotel, like it's super cool. So I will always go for the value resorts if I can talk my family into it, But
you have stayed at Port Orleans.
Port Orleans, my wife loves it. It was really cool. So, and I'll be honest, the room's no different. I couldn't tell the difference in the room.
Really?
Inside the building.
Now, some of the value beds are full, not queen.
Well, we had 2 beds, a bathroom, a sink, a TV, and that was it. Like that, in my mind, the outside looked like, the big mansions, like the big plantation, whatever. And, we stayed in the cool one that had like the fireworks on the bedposts.
Yes,
and
the princess suite.
It was pretty cool. So, but that was all in that room. But floor plan wise, I took computer-aided drafting in school. I don't know if you know. Looking at it, it felt like it was the same square, just with a nicer facade.
Okay.
Which the grounds were nicer. Like you go from saying I'm at this like fun hotel at Disney World to I'm actually in
New Orleans.
New Orleans?
Yeah.
Nolans.
Nolans.
Terrible. I go down to swamp. Oh, that's terrible. That's a terrible Cajun Paul.
New Orleans.
Oh, Mamma mia, look at the alligator. It's a bit of my beignet. Throw him some beads. Get him out of here. So, if you're from New Orleans, I'm sorry. That's what you are to me. All those things. Anyway, you're on the grounds, and it's like, oh, there's grass. There's this little lake or like little river, whatever. You can take the boat rides and take a bicycle ride around. It's
horse and carriage.
It is amazing, and it's there's pools, but they're hidden. Like you walk on a trail, and they're like in some tree. Make no mistake, the modern hotel way nicer. The room we stayed in, not any different, but the hotel experience, amazing.
Okay.
You're in like, it might
What
as well
about
be,
the comfort of the bed? Did you find that different?
I'm not that person. Like,
Okay.
After a long day of being outside, I just go to sleep.
You just crash. Okay.
So, and I have a bad back. I've had back surgery. I've never noticed anything with these beds that anything's different than the others. So it might just speak to the quality of the bed at the cheap hotel. But yeah, it had nice restaurants there. But we went to the quick service area, and it's not. We didn't go to whatever the fancy one that was like an upside down boat. What is that there? That restaurant at Port Orleans. You know what I'm talking about? But anyway, it's nicer. The hotel.
Tip of my tongue.
The way that we've talked about is like Disney World is here, and like something like Kings Island is here. This is great. But you take it up a notch when you go to Disney, where I'd say Kings Island, like Universal, Disney, it's kind of like that. It's like, this is fine. But if you want to get all in, you start going to the higher end ones, and
there is a difference.
Yeah, I personally am on like I'd rather, I would spend the same amount of money at Disney World, but I would take the money from the hotel and go crazy with food or with other amenities or ridiculous souvenirs, like a big hat, a big silk satin hat with a feather on it. But that's just check out our souvenir episode if you don't know what I'm talking about. But
Must see.
the modern hotels that I've stayed at, very nice. We stayed at other ones when I was little, but I don't really have any memories of them because kids will remember the magic as a whole. But I was more of a park person than a hotel person, so I don't remember the. So what other?
I love a good hotel.
Yeah.
Resort.
Well,
Not hotel.
Yeah.
So
I've met your kids.
my kids like a good hotel too.
Your poor husband.
Although
are
we
these
have stayed in
monsters?
deluxes, and I will say Stella likes Port Orleans better than the deluxes.
What deluxes have you stayed at?
So
You want to tell them what a deluxe one is?
So the next, you have value, moderate, and the next step up is deluxe. The deluxe resorts are typically located very close to the park. Any park. There are some located within Magic Kingdom. There are some located by Hollywood Studios and Epcot and the Boardwalk. There's one, Animal Kingdom has the Animal Kingdom Lodge. So they all have their location conveniences. The deluxe resorts, they all have their own smell.
Oh, you can buy the
Which
candles.
I love.
Yeah.
I am a big sucker for that. I walk in and I'm like, it smells so rich.
Like money or like cookies?
I don't know. It just smells so fancy.
You're not sure either way.
So
That's so funny.
I really like that. We stayed at the Grand Floridian with my parents and the girls, and I've done 2 trips there. One with us, and then one with some of the women in our agency. We went and stayed in their 2-bedroom villa.
Oh, nary the scent of a poor person there. No.
Holy cow! That
No,
thing
ma'am.
was so nice.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it was nicer than my house. It was beautiful. The Grand Floridian is gorgeous. It is pretty country clubbish. So like it's a whole different ball game over there.
Yeah.
I mean, it does
I'll
have a
reserve
whole
judgment.
different feel. So, but even if I have guests that aren't staying there, I definitely want them to go eat there because it is, even if you're not staying there, it is a fun place to go visit because it's just beautiful. We stayed at the Contemporary at Christmas time, which is the one that the monorail goes through right next to Magic Kingdom.
Say, monorail. What's it called? Monorail. That's right, monorail.
Mama. So, I was going to bring that up. Is that a deluxe, the Contemporary?
That's a deluxe, yeah.
Now, like I said, I'm an all-star, whatever, give me the value resort all day, but I've always wanted to stay at the Contemporary because then the name is it was Contemporary at some point. But that hotel is just cool. The monorail goes through it.
So I will say, I love the Contemporary. I love the convenience of it. The theming of it,
No, there's no theme.
there's no theme.
No.
And so like the Polynesian, you have the beautiful Hawaiian flowers, you have tiki torches everywhere, like just a lot of surroundings. The Contemporary is like, you've got a Mickey pool,
Hey,
but it's
Chef
very
Mickey, is that?
contemporary. It's like straight lines, angles, just like,
Well, have you ever seen how that place was built?
I haven't.
It's pretty cool. You can look it up on YouTube. Those rooms, like all that, they're like, they lifted up like the things and like slid them in.
Oh my gosh.
Like it's like big bricks of like.
Wow. That's crazy.
I was like, that doesn't seem right. And if I'm wrong and maybe paraphrasing that video, I'm sorry, but that's what I remember. Like they would pick up and they just slid them from the outside because that was like, this is the
Wow.
new cool thing. Because when it was Contemporary, it was like,
That was their first hotel.
it was like, hey, look at this cool hotel that you've never seen anything like before.
Wow.
The space bus goes through
Yeah.
it.
The space bus. Yeah, so the monorail does go through it. That is fun. We had a
It's
lot
fun
of
to
fun
pass through it.
staying there.
When you ride it to Magic Kingdom, you're like, oh,
I love the monorail.
Yeah.
I'm a big
monorail.
It just when I see it, it just like it's Disney. You know.
There was a thought that would be public transportation in the country, and I don't know why it's not. I'm sure there's lots of political and different infrastructure reasons, but
Well, I probably wouldn't like it as much if that were the case.
well, that's what I'm saying. So it's like
it's just Disney.
they made that
Yeah.
as like this is how it's going to be, and it didn't turn out to be
Yeah.
that way. But then Disney, you're like, oh, this is nice.
Yeah.
This is, Space Bus.
But when we could, every morning when we stepped out of our room, we had Chef Mickey's right below us. That's the restaurant with all the characters. So
could
they're
sit on
walking
it if you
around, and then the monorail comes through.
Yeah.
So it's just like Mickey and Disney everywhere. One of our favorite restaurants is at the Contemporary on the rooftop, California Grill. So especially when they have fireworks going on upstairs on the Contemporary, it's an all glass restaurant, and they have a little walkway you can go out and watch the fireworks, because it's right there. So you can get a theme park room where your room faces the castle and Space Mountain.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. I've had guests stay there and send me pictures during the fireworks, and they're sitting out in their balcony in their pajamas with the fireworks right there. That's pretty fun. You have the Polynesian, which is Hawaiian. You have Wilderness
Actually, it's
Lodge,
Polynesian.
which is like the outdoorsy theme, but it has really upgraded a lot over the last couple of years.
They had Polynesian sauce.
I've got it in my fridge.
Yeah, I saw that. That's I just love it.
So those are the main.
I'm sorry, I missed the last one. I was too ready.
Wilderness
with my
Lodge, sorry.
Polynesian joke.
So
The Wilderness Lodge is not. See, that get that confused.
it's
with
not on the
Animal Lodge.
monorail.
I get it confused with the
No, it's on the lake
what
by
makes
Magic
What
Kingdom.
makes it stand out from? Like, why is that cool? I guess.
Well, you take a boat to Magic Kingdom.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
Okay.
It's right in the middle of all the other ones. It's just not on the monorail. It has a really pretty like log cabin feel to it. They've redone a lot of the outside. We went and visited in December. They have like ping pong tables outside. They have outdoor bars. They have all this stuff all around. I mean, you could spend a whole day outside there. They have a lot of new DVC villas, which that's another level of resort. Really, it's part of the deluxe resorts, but a whole nother level of room is the Disney Vacation Club villas. Now, these are villas that people own with their DVC points, but they are released to the public sometimes. So I've had guests stay in the 2-bedroom villas. We've stayed in the 2-bedroom villas. There's nothing like it. I mean, it is like a home. You have laundry, you have a kitchen, you have a living room, space to roam around. So Wilderness Lodge has added a lot of those. They have cabins now that
this
are
is
very nice.
Like, I think when you said you could spend the whole day there, you could go to, like, when I think Disney World, I think the parks, and then you go home and sleep, and you go back to the parks. Some of these hotels, you could just go on a vacation and stay at the hotel or at the resort, and that would be a trip. Like, stay there for a week. And
I
then
have had a family that
Relax.
stayed in. So Polynesian has the bungalows, which are out on the water.
Oh, nice.
Like a private bungalow on the water. And I had a family book that once, and they rarely went to the park. They had tickets to go to the park every day, but they did not want to leave their bungalow.
Right.
They ordered room service. They have their own pool. They stayed there all the time.
Sounds like
So
your
yeah,
kid's life now. Order some food, sit at the pool.
I ordered that. So the deluxe resorts are definitely nice if you are doing a long stay and you want a pool day and you want time to relax around the resort. Some of them have spas where you can get a massage, or not right now, but after COVID's gone, you can get a massage and stuff like that. Animal Kingdom Lodge is a shuttle from the Animal Kingdom Park. It is a wonderful resort. Beautiful. You can have a savannah room where animals are right outside your room, but it is the furthest resort from everything.
Let's keep the smell.
Except
from the
Animal
animals.
Kingdom, obviously. Yeah, keep the smell. So it's fun. It's a great theme. People love it, but you are looking at a longer bus ride to Magic Kingdom.
And how often is that giraffe poking its head in the window? I feel like that was when people
I
People were like,
know.
that giraffe's going to come by and say good morning and have some Fruit Loops
Get
with me.
some waffles. Yeah. I have had guests stay there and send me pictures, and they are pretty close.
Yeah.
Not
That's
waking
fun.
them up or anything, but and then you have your boardwalk area.
Hey, I was going to bring that up too. That also, if I was going to stay at a nice one, I think The boardwalk is just cool.
The boardwalk area is cool. It has the Boardwalk Inn Hotel, and it has the Beach Club and Yacht Club.
Is the beach club where you get they have the ice cream?
That's at Beaches and Cream.
Is that there? Or am I skipping around?
I feel like I get that confused.
Don't worry about it. It's not important.
I should know that.
You should, but it's
Look
okay.
that up.
Oh, no, I'm all right. Well, you go on and talk about the
So
boardwalk.
at the boardwalk, that's like an open area where they have like food vendors and some music. It's between Epcot and Hollywood Studios. So if you stay at one of those resorts, you can pretty much walk or take a boat to those two parks. And then the beach club has the pool with sand. So it's like being at the beach. It has the sand going into the pool. It has a little sandbar you can play on, make sand castles. So a lot of people will stay there just for that pool. If you stay at Yacht Club, it has the same pool. Yacht Club is, I feel like it's more of an adult resort, but it uses the beach club pool. The new resort, the Riviera,
I've heard.
is gorgeous.
I've heard it's cool.
Yes, it is a European themed resort. It is on the Skyliner to Epcot and Hollywood Studios. They also have a restaurant upstairs called Topolino's Terrace, and their windows face Epcot, so you can look at Epcot at night. They have a really fun character breakfast there, and it's just beautiful inside.
Now, what do you like to do at the hotel? Like I said, because I go and take a shower and wash off the fun,
And go to
and
bed.
then I'm in bed in like 5 minutes. Maybe watch a little bit of the Disney in-room television because it's fun.
Yeah.
Or it used to be. I don't know if it's as fun anymore.
I want her job. I want her job.
Oh, yeah.
The girl that
it
does
happens
it.
every like 5 or 6 years. So
I love
maybe
it.
You could do it. We'll get you a reel put together and send it.
Yes.
I could put this podcast on.
Well, I mean, we definitely like to do some pool time. We like to go order a pizza, take it by the pool,
The
and
pizzas
just.
there are good always at the.
They are good. Their
Yeah.
pizzas are good. We like to. I booked a family once, and the dad was like, I think we just don't want any dining reservations that night because there's just something about kids being on vacation and eating pizza by the
true.
pool. And I was like, that is so true. He
really
said,
get lost.
they get out, you're wrapped up in your towel, you take a bite of your pizza, and then you get back in the pool.
There's like a wet plate by the end of it.
There's a
Yeah.
wet plate, yeah.
There's something like
There's pizza sauce on their face. I mean,
Well, there's no vacation like a Disney trip, but you do almost get wrapped up in. There's so much to do.
Yeah.
There's not like you. It's one of those that you joke about it, but you get home like on a Saturday or Sunday and you just go, oh, I'm so tired and I'm so sore and I gotta go work on Monday. What did we do? Why did we not? This was our break, and now we're more exhausted than we were when we left. So I think that's nice. Like just sometimes just going, all right, we're gonna go home. We're gonna go back to the hotel. It's enjoyable. There's no bugs or there's no mosquitoes. That's like a big Disney
that's
thing.
a big
And
thing, yeah.
if you're from our part of the world, that is not a thing here
Right.
because we have mosquitoes. There are so many, and just going outside, enjoying the outside and
Yes.
just sitting, playing on a playground, have some pizza and a pool, and not.
Most of them will have like campfires at
Yeah,
night
it's-
and movies on the beach or
Oh,
movies
yeah.
by the pool.
The outside movies are another thing that
Outdoor movies are fun. They'll have pool games going on. We also like to go visit other resorts. So if we've got a down day, we might take a couple hours and get on the monorail and go see other resorts, look at their gift shops. Monorail.
Yeah.
We'll get on the Skyliner and go check out some hotels, just for fun. We just like doing that. We like seeing all their different gift shops because the different resorts have different merchandise that, like the Grand Floridian has like fancy robes you can buy. I bought one.
Sweet goodness.
It's the best robe ever because they have a spa and they'll have.
Oh, well, that makes it better. It's because they have a spa. You have to rope at the spa.
They have pretty champagne glasses you can buy. They have like
Fabergé egg.
Lily
with the
Pulitzer things you can get. Like they all have their different things. Yeah. I froze.
So
Go
you
ahead.
like to do all those things? Like you actually like the
we like to
hotel
explore them.
activities.
Yeah. And you have to kind of turn it. You have to turn your brain off a little on the park because you do feel like, okay, we spent all this money and we need to go do everything at the park. And yeah, that's true. But you do have to switch your gears a little bit and say, well, we also paid money to stay at this resort. Let's check it out and really enjoy it.
Well, that's why I stay at the value ones because, like, to me, it's just a shower and a bed, and I'm ready to get back at it. But you know, if I ever lost control of my family, like Austin has lost control of his family, then this is the kind of things we would do because my family would definitely love all the amenities and just, you know.
Well, I mean,
Well, not but not.
we don't pay full price. So.
Oh, whoa! I don't have a button. But I mean, you know what I'm saying. Like that's not what I'm there for. But I mean, it's definitely something you could be there for because it's got what if you want it, they've got it. So
yeah.
Now, if you lived in Orlando or adjacent to the parks, could you like drive in and do a tour of the hotels?
You could go to the hotels. And we have even talked to people at the pool that
Questionable tip of the day.
live there but aren't paying to stay there. But
They live there. But
they
they're
live
not.
in Orlando.
Oh,
but they're not
it's like they live at the hotel.
paying to stay at the
They're
resort.
squatting in a hotel.
So
they go to the
but they
pool?
could go there and eat. They could go there and shop. They're not supposed to use the pool, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
But if you're eating and shopping, let them use the pool. Come on. If Target had a pool,
Keep forgetting.
we would go to Target.
Target had a
Get in the
pool.
Don't pretend that's not a thing. That would be right. You can have that Target. Somebody let me know if we do marketing for you. Put a pool in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was something else.
the
I was-
double-
Okay. Do you want my tip of the day?
I think so. Oh boy. The dance with the hanger. I just don't even. I don't know.
Okay.
It better be a good one.
So this is my hotel tip of the day, no matter where you're staying. Okay. My girls like to sleep in the morning. Okay. And at home, we all have like blackout curtains and stuff. We're all
blackout curtains. Is what it means.
blackout curtains. We're all about dark rooms. So when we go to a hotel now, we take the curtains to the big doors and we push them together and we pinch them closed with this thing. So that way you don't get light in between the two curtains coming in.
Man, you all are really something.
You gotta see.
Y'all
We have a whole
are really
system.
something. But that's what I was saying on travel. That is a thing. Like a lot of hotels, you go slide the curtains together, and there's that just infuriating
Yes.
crack.
Well, and you've got like the pool is open late, so people are out swimming, or the lights at the pool stay on at night, or the Florida sun comes up early in the morning.
Florida sun.
And so we pinch those bad babies shut
Those bad babies.
and we sleep.
It also
in the
works on
morning.
bad babies if they're crying a lot. You just pinch them shut.
And they'll have these at the hotel.
Oh,
You
is
know,
that a
hanging
Disney
in the
World
closet.
hotel that you
This
took?
is not.
Okay, good.
No, I didn't
Good
take it.
That's a pro tip. That's your pro tip of the day is that
Steal a
they don't
hanger.
count their hangers or their towels.
So, and I have more hotel hacks, but we'll save those for when we do our organizing podcast.
Oh, okay.
So,
That's a good one though.
yeah, that's one we've started doing recently.
So this is a similar kind of hanger that they have available.
Yeah, so they'll have these in the closet to hang
you
your
don't need to bring
pants
this with
on. You don't need to bring it with you. No.
So okay, well, cool. That's a good tip.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have a husband who's like, let's go, come on.
No, my husband's like, shut that curtain. But yeah, I think we're all about a nice resort. We're all about some comfort when we're on vacation. Also, strollers, that's a big deal. If you have babies in a stroller, you can't beat the monorail or the boat, because you can slide that stroller right on and off, not break it down, take everything out.
Man, that boat saved us at Port Orleans with our baby.
Yeah.
That was a sad baby week. We're just like on the boat. See you later. No, that if we had to take a baby out of a I just didn't think about that.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, on the bus, you have to break down the stroller. So you have to take everything out from underneath. You have to take the kid out, and you break down the stroller. And I've
Where's
had
the
some
stroller
days of
that
doing
you don't have
that.
to take the baby out? You just fold them up in a little canvas sack and pick them up, strap it to you.
Oh, man.
Write that down, Graco. You can
So monorail is definitely beneficial for that. There's
all
also
all the
the
stroller talk in these 2 episodes. It's upsetting my soul.
I know.
I think there's a big goose
I think a
outside
fan.
looking for you.
I think it was a fan
Oh,
honked at us.
oh, a fan. Yep, we're recording. We'll get autographs around the back. We'll be able to see in a minute. All right.
Have you ever seen the night lake show?
No.
Okay, so this has been around since we were kids, and I love it. It's the cheesiest thing ever.
Well, I'm in.
But
Cheesy.
it is a light show on the lake
What
with
lake?
those resorts on Magic Kingdom. So if you're at one of those resorts, it comes by your hotel, and it's like old school like trumpet music, and it's just these like barges with lights on them, and they do
Oh, wait a
different
minute.
things, and it's the best thing.
Yeah.
So like at the Contemporary, where everybody's getting ready for bed, it's like 9:30, and I'm like, the light show's out, and all of a sudden like, really? So I watch it come by.
Get your robes on. We're going out.
Oh, okay. Another thing is that the difference between value and moderate and deluxe is the door situation. So value and moderate,
No doors on the back.
their door opens up to the outside. Okay. At a deluxe, your door opens up to the inside of the resort.
But most people.
So some people don't like opening up to the outside,
Well, I mean,
so there is that difference.
I'm still here,
Excuse
guys.
me.
Big
You all right?
John. This story's not good. No, there is at a regular hotel. When you open the door up and you go right out in the parking lot or whatever, that's one of those stab hotels I'm talking about. That is one that you don't want trouble with.
Yeah.
But there's something about it, you open it up in that Florida air and you're like, But again, I'm a value resort kind of person, but I can understand how you would get used to a hallway.
Yeah.
Or inside.
Opening up to
It does
inside,
feel
yeah.
nicer. Like I said, because if you're at the Holiday Inn, if you're not at Disney and you go, all right, I'm inside, I'm going to walk down with my fellow people, you're not like opening up into a parking lot and wondering what biker gang had a rumble here. Because I've stayed at those hotels on accident before. and it's
Yikes.
like, yeah. What can I push in front of the door in case there's trouble? So
So
you don't have to have
hotels
those problems at Disney.
hotels at Universal.
Okay.
I won't go into a lot of detail, but they do have different price ranges as well.
It turned out they had a lot of hotels. We talked about this in another episode.
they do
Did
have
not
a lot of
realize
hotels.
the Universal Sitch has gone up. So.
Yes. Now, we have stayed twice at one of their value resorts called Dockside, and we love Dockside. The resort itself is beautiful. They have really nice suites that we talked about before. So, I mean, it's like $130 a night, and it's
Oh.
a suite, like 2
pretty
bedrooms
cheap for
and
any
a
hotel suite.
kitchen.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't beat it. I will say,
Stay there and drive into Disney World.
the last time Austin and I went, we did not get a suite. We got their standard room, and the noise level was horrible. And I have heard that from other people that the walls are really thin. And we had neighbors beside us that would come in at 1 a.m. and be so loud, and that was our biggest complaint. They
Yeah.
actually refunded us a night because it was so bad, but we didn't really have that issue in the suite because we were kind of separated, I guess. At Universal, if you stay in their deluxe resorts, you get their express pass for free.
Hey, now you're talking.
And that is value right there. So you stay in their deluxe resorts. Every day you go to the park, you have all day full, like a fast pass to every ride. So that is a great deal. Definitely want to take advantage of that. So they do have a couple of values. They have 3 or 4 deluxes, and then they have 1 or 2 moderates there. So all very, very close to the parks.
Yeah, because so like Disney World's all spread out. Universal, for the most part, is.
It's pretty, yeah, it's not as spread out.
Yeah.
So
They don't have a monorail or anything because they don't really need it. Right? They've
No.
got,
I think Dockside is the only resort you take a bus in. Maybe Cabana Bay.
Like Hard Rock and all those you can ride.
You
with
take a boat.
It's cute. Yeah.
Portofino, even they're moderate. You could take a boat over to the park.
Nice.
So
Sounds pretty cool.
there we go.
Yeah. Well,
The resorts.
so
Oh, one more thing.
please.
With Disney resorts and their tickets, most people don't realize the earlier you book it, the better. Some people will say, we don't want to go till next year, so we just want to wait until we book. Bad idea.
Oh.
Because they will do a price increase usually twice a year on their resorts and their tickets. So if you book, like we're in June, if you book for next fall now, you are locked in at today's prices. The other thing is they always put out some kind of discount for the resorts. Typically, the higher the resort, the better the discount. So the deal might come out and say up to 35% off. Well, the 35 is going to be on the deluxe resorts. Value is going to be more like 15%, but still a discount.
Shabby, yeah.
So when you book early, and that's part of what I do, is when the discount comes out, I apply it to your package and your price goes down. So even though you look online and the price per night says this number, that always goes down with the discounts. But you want to book in advance.
So as soon as you get done listening to this or watching this, you need to go. You need to book it. You can hit the link in the description.
That's right.
For all of your Disney or Universal or wherever else you might want to go plan
That's
your
right.
needs. And anything else on resorts and hotels at the parks?
I don't think so.
No, I really think it's it's underestimated. That's not the word. People don't realize how great it is and what a key component it is of the full vacation. So like she said with the song earlier, you could stay at a motel or Holiday Inn, but you're just missing something. And I mean, for the money you save, it's not, because if you're doing that, then you're driving into park every day. You're not getting the transportation, and it is. Last time I was there, it was $25 to park. Does that sound right?
At the park?
Parks, yes.
Probably.
So if you're saving $25 at a hotel that you have to drive in and park your car anyway, instead of
Well, you do have to pay to park at the hotels
how much?
around that.
Is that not wrapped up into your? We're just gonna cut this tip out.
But when you park, so if you drive in, you're gonna pay per night to park at your hotel, but then you don't have to pay to park at the
Listen, if you
parks.
fly into Florida, you take the bus to the
Yes.
thing. You don't have a car,
Right.
but you have to have a car if you stay out.
That's true.
Listen, I just don't
stay
give
out.
me this. What are you doing? Just fly in, fly out. You've got money. Everybody's got money. You got that stimmy check. Everybody's so excited. And you got your.
And what I used to love, they're not doing it right now, but you could check your luggage. If you were flying, you could check your luggage at the hotel. So the day you check out, you take your luggage to the desk, and there is an airline worker there that weighs your luggage, tags it, and gives you your airline
But
ticket.
they're not doing that now.
Not right now with COVID. So then when you go to the airport,
way to make it seem less now.
you skip that.
Oh, that's a.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
Yep.
So.
And it's good unless you see Goofy outside carrying your boxes and dropping your suitcase. And he's slapping on the wrong. So it's all going to Alaska. I don't know why. Because why did they put him in charge? So, all right.
Didn't think about that.
Well, hopefully they got a better person to run into that. But we're just going to have her dance at the end of these now. Nope, we're not going to do anymore. I apologize.
And tomorrow.